Yo, can I ask you a question, Vaush? This was something that somebody threw at me.
Kill me.
What is your thoughts on monogamy?
Oh my god.
Oh no, I had
Not
such a
this
problem with
shit.
this. Me and Vaush can fight about it.
Wait, okay.
Oh,
do you
unless
know
you
what
don't-
my take
unless
is?
you don't want
Monogamy
to.
is like selfish.
I don't-
No. Do you know what my take is?
No, I
Yeah,
don't. That's what I'm asking.
Oh, okay.
I argued that while people should be free to choose fairly whether they want to be monogamous or non-monogamous, we should recognize that the principle behind monogamy, which is the idea that there should be some kind of sexual exclusivity, but not exclusivity around all the other things people do with each other, like having friends or whatever else, you know. That is an arbitrary line that we've produced as a product of insecurity. But the follow-up to that is that everyone experiences insecurity, whether you're monogamous or non-monogamous. It's just one of those things that changes and mitigates our behavior. Same as fear. Why do people behave more cautiously when they're near the side of a road or when they're driving at high speeds? Fear causes us to do it. But that doesn't mean that it's bad or wrong. We should recognize, though, that it is ultimately a rationale which is derivative of like like base social instincts that we have. So with regards to monogamy, I do think it derives often from insecurity. Why do you want that exclusivity? You're insecure about your partner liking other people more, or you feel entitled to their body. But those are feelings we all have, and I think it's a legit choice that people should be free to enjoy if they think that's best for them. I just want people to be forthcoming about that info, because like, you know, there are frat dudes or whatever who are like, yeah, I don't want my girl talking to any other guys, like talking to, you know? And you'll be like, that sounds pretty insecure. And they'll be like, no, I just don't think that girls should be doing that when they're in relationships. And it's like, okay, you have to know that's a decision born in insecurity, right? Not as like more insecurity than the standard monogamy, but like fundamentally it comes from the same basic feelings. That frat dude is feeling the same thing that monogamous people feel when they think about their partners sleeping with other people.
I mean, the thing is with sex, right, is I found that I was in a committed relationship for like 3 years, and then we broke up, right? And so after that, you know, I do the thing which most people my age would do, and you know, I start sleeping around, and it was like nice sexually, but afterwards it would not feel too good. It wasn't nice to have sex with somebody and then they just stand up and then they just leave your apartment and you don't talk about it afterwards and there's nothing there. It felt very empty on an emotional level. And then once I developed another relationship with my current partner, right? Then that feeling that I had with sexual intercourse before was back. And I mean, sex like has like certain like chemical compounds that make you like grow like pretty attached to people, right? So I mean, it isn't just a product of
hold on. I'm taking this seriously, so hold on, because these are non sequiturs. For the first one, like playing skee ball with people is fun, but if a person just played skee ball with me and then after we were done they just like left, I would think like, oh, that was a pretty hollow experience. What you're talking about there is the general desire to do intimate things with people that you have connections to. That's universal.
Yeah, but like exchanging fucking fluids and fucking is the same as skee-ball?
Hold on, wait. Let's not resort to like
skeet-balling, maybe.
Let's not resort to arguments from intuition here, okay? So what you're talking about is things are made better when you have close feelings to the people that you're doing them with, which I will agree with generally, whether it comes to sex or other things. But I don't think that speaks to my point, which is that insecurity is the driving social regulator that influences our feelings on this.
Okay,
but this isn't like
I've heard.
Can I ask a question, Vaush? Wait, sorry, I want to ask you, Vaush. Okay, let's say, do you think that insecurity is justified or understandable or serves a purpose in some way?
100% yes, absolutely I do.
Okay, so then what's the problem with it?
I don't know. Again, like biologically, the reason why we are more cautious in situations that where a misstep could lead to our death is fear. People who don't experience fear, like people who have parts of their brain that don't, like people who have that condition, and there have been studies on this, those people can behave recklessly in situations where we would be more cautious. So fear makes us cautious, and caution can be a good thing. Normally when we say, hey, you're being fearful, you're a coward, it's an insult. But in reality, fear is a healthy mechanism that regulates our behavior.
Fight or flight shit.
You're being too fearful. That's the real insult. I don't think a person is being too insecure if they're monogamous, but I still think it's rooted in insecurity, which is something we should be aware of because it can make us more introspective.
Well, like some people think that like what is it, polyamory or whatever, or what is it, Like, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
What's the opposite of whatever?
I think
so. Some people think that is insecurity. I've heard before. It's like, why get attached to someone if they're just gonna leave? Like, why even bother?
I think,
just like don't even try. Like that's a sort of fear too.
I think the thing is you can't generalize, right? Like there's definitely people who are they don't have any insecurity. They're just they just know that they can get it when they want. And they want to have fun and shit. Like they might be, you know, have status or whatever the case may be. And then there's other people who are insecure, and whether they're monogamous or polygamous, that either way, that insecurity is the driving factor behind it. But personally, I think that like a lot of monogamy comes down to like appreciating the, you know, the project that you've built together, the you know, the respect for the memories, or the, you know, all of the groundwork that you put to build that is kind of like that to me is the driving factor, not like the insecurity of like,
it's like
I'm gonna be alone.
It's like having a best friend that you just hang out and you do everything together and you like grow together and like stuff like that, and you're like romantic. That's another thing, like the romance about it, like the romantic and chemistry, stuff like that. Like,
well, keep in mind you can build polyamory together, right? You can have a lifelong partner that is non-monogamous. What you're talking about isn't having a lifelong partner. What you're talking about is limiting the sexual behavior of your partner and expecting them to limit it from you. So again, I think the desire to like have friendships or partnerships that grow throughout your whole life is universal. Well, I guess not for aromantic people maybe, but is generally universal. What we're talking about, and by the way, Shoe, I agree. I think that fear of commitment is also a type of insecurity or a fear that can often be an informative factor in why people like me choose not to be monogamous. I can tell you from personal experience that fear of commitment is absolutely a decision or a factor that goes into decision making.
So, can I ask you a question, Vaush?
Yes.
Like, so let's say that you're in a monogamous relationship with somebody, and somebody else walks up to them and they say something like, "I love you," about another person, right? And it's clear that that is an indication of some romantic love. Obviously, that can hurt people for a variety of reasons. They feel that's like, number one, this is a relation. I feel
just some random person.
Yeah, no, anyone. It could be literally. It could be somebody, the close friend or something.
Okay.
There's a certain amount of reactions people are going to have to that indication of some romantic interest, right?
Wait, so I have a monogamous partner, and somebody goes up to them and tells my partner that they love my partner.
Well, yes. Now, this is different for everybody, but do you believe that this isn't like just like playing skee ball with friends? This has a very specific romantic implications, right? So this has very specific implications for romance and like feelings for one another. Do you think that if someone was to come up and say like, "Hey, that's something that I believe that only us should share, that type of love and stuff, not we don't like share that with other people," that's rooted in insecurity, even though I think a lot of this is just like basic like human emotions of the people being attached to one another in this way where they want to have that like singled off?
How so are you just so you're distinguishing between sexual monogamy and romantic monogamy, correct?
I'm gonna make the connection
because those are definitely two very different things. I'm not polyamorous. I'm not sexually non-monogamous.
So I have a question. So do you think?
Oh, wait, I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. My bad. Sorry.
Question.
Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna flight it into like sex for different people means different things. For some people, I guess, even though I don't know for sure. There are people who for sex, like it doesn't mean that much, right? But for other people,
I would say for most people, right?
For most people, sex doesn't mean that much.
No, sorry, opposite what you're about to say. For most people,
for most people, sex actually like can build you a bond with people. I've been with people where it was just like a casual sex relationship, and through that, I actually got more and more emotionally attached to them. And that's just like basic like chemicals and like chemical compounds like reacting in your body through doing this. And so it's not, I don't think it's like an act of insecurity for someone to be like, I feel that's something that should just be shared between two people who love each other, because sex can unironically make you have those feelings for people, for a lot of people.
This is what I don't get about the thingy though. Oh, sorry, let him answer.
Well, no, I would only make the argument that there are lots of things that not only does that vary significantly, but there are lots of things that can that can produce those feelings. For instance, sex workers don't go about falling in love with every person they fuck. If they did, then that job would be incredibly difficult, more so than it probably already is. And additionally, there are like spending time with people, like long periods of time with people. Going to a concert with a person could be an incredibly formative bonding experience. I'm not saying that sex isn't unique in its ability to make people feel close to one another. I'm only saying that ultimately the line we draw for what's acceptable is arbitrary.
Fair.
So for me, sex would be like a fairly intimate thing. But like the highest thing would be like other romantic partners, right? So I'm comfortable having a partner who only wants one romantic partner, and I only want one romantic partner myself. And to an extent, I do think that's born of insecurity, because I think everyone feels this way a little bit about friends. Everyone wants a best friend to whom they are the best friend, right? Like you
And
want
stability.
your best friend. Right. You want your best friend to think of you as their best friend. You don't want to have a best friend who might be like, oh, well, you're like my third best friend, but I've got these two friends and they're my best friends or whatever. So stuff like this, I think, these are legitimate reasons to feel one way or the other. But ultimately, what I'm talking about is insecurity on my part. But I don't think it's bad or wrong. I just think that's kind of where the feelings come from, you know?
About like having like a family and like kids, where does that come in? How
You
do
can
you
do that
what is, like,
non-monogamous. You don't have to stop. Like there are
Do
plenty.
you think it would be
swinger parents.
confusing for the children?
You can just go do Tinder hookups like out of the house.
Oh, okay, I see.
I'm not talking about polyamory. I mean, just mean non-monogamy.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Like you're
Now, if we're talking about,
romantically
like,
only with one person, but
triads.
you sleep around. You both decide it's okay to sleep around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, like my frustration here wasn't like because I'm trying to.
What
mold it
happened
into
anyways? Where did this come from? Can you tell me the origin? Like what happened? You were venting or
Just
something?
Well, I was talking with chat while playing Diablo like a week ago or something, and people got mad at me. But the reason why the conversation denigrated, like the reason why it got worse, at least
don't
in
listen
my
to him,
opinion,
chat. I love you.
Fuck chat.
in my opinion, is because it frustrates me that like I think a lot of people are very unintrospective about where some of their feelings come from. So intuitive rejection of some abstract social principles can be traced to a lot of reactionary thinking. For example, the idea that people are best with their kind, races should be kept within a race. These are things people have very strong intuitive feelings on. You can go ask your average racist boomer or whatever. They're not going to have some eloquent answer for you on skull shapes. They'll just say
It'll
that
fall apart quick.
Well, they won't even debate it. It's just like, well, that's just how it is, you know?
Quick question. Do you believe monogamy is harmful, though? Like, in any way?
The social expectation that monogamy be the default is harmful, but people in monogamous relationships aren't harmful. Like heterosexuality.
Okay, hang on. Let me ask you a question.
Heterosexuality is not harmful, but the expectation that you have to be heterosexual or you're weird, that's harmful.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Let me just
wait. Sorry, I have to ask.
Okay.
I have to. I'm sorry. Do you think? Sorry, Dylan. Co-host of the show.
Sir,
I'm from the Washington Post, Mr. Vaush, and I wanted to ask you, do you think that like part of this societal expectation comes from the fact that maybe the vast majority, I would say probably 90% plus of people link that romance and sex so closely that they're unable to like separate them, and so therefore this is just how the society has naturally, you know, progressed to this level?
But isn't that the same for heterosexuality?
Well, I would say that heterosexuality is probably the majority as well. No?
Yeah, but we probably shouldn't normalize it to the extent that we shame people who aren't heterosexual, right?
For sure, yeah, and I don't think that we should shame polygamous people either.
Well, I got to tell you, as a non-monogamous person, we get a little bit of flack, I have to say.
Yeah, I guess you could say you get more flack than like maybe the LGBTQ. I don't know, maybe it's
more than monogamous people is what I'd say.
Yeah.
So for me, I think it's comparable to biphobia in a way, right? So when non-monogamous people are looking around for relationships, not just people to fuck or whatever, but relationships, oftentimes they're this, you know, things work out and then the conversation on non-monogamy pops up and there's this reflexive disgust, you know? Now, if you are dating casually a person who's revealed to be non-monogamous and that's not your dig, that's totally fine, okay? But it goes beyond not having that preference and goes more towards the idea that there's something wrong or subversive or harmful about being non-monogamous. And that's what bothers me. Like if you were dating around and the person was like, oh yeah, like I'm dating women right now, but I'm like 85% attracted to men or something, like I can understand you being a little cautious about entering that relationship.
See, like I think I could be with someone who's non-monogamous, but I myself can't be non-monogamous.
Well, that was going to be my...
Does that make sense?
That was going to be my next question. Do you think it's... Do you think it's irresponsible if you, let's say, sleep with someone who you know explicitly is into monogamous relationship?
Chat calling
And
me.
Shut
the fuck up.
You know what I mean?
I mean, as long as you tell them, right? The I'm into non-monogamy thing is like one of the first things that I message people about on Tinder. It's always very forthcoming because you never want to bait people, right? I mean, the last thing you want to do is, you know, rope some poor monogamous damsel.
Well, that's what so like, yeah, I agree. That's
here's a question though. So will you acknowledge though that like sex though is like unique in comparison to like going for a jog with somebody, doing something else, due to the fact that there is like distinct like dopamine centers that you're hitting at that makes you feel feelings for people. There's like a difference between like well it does though. Those things can make you attached to people. Like it's a lot more likely that I feel attached to somebody romantically by having sex with them than for me playing skee ball or like watching a movie. And those feelings can be like hurt in different ways. That is unique in comparison to like I ski bowled with somebody else. Oh, that's so harmful. Like
yeah, well, it depends because keep in mind there are people in entire cultures where they will get offended if you do things with other men if you're a girlfriend to a guy, even if it's not sex, right? For instance, like there have been entire centuries in cultures where it was considered scandalous for a woman to like hang out with a guy who wasn't her husband.
Cultures, yes, but I'm talking about like basic like what your body does in reactions to two types of different events.
Well,
like,
it's true that
a little different than the distinctive cultures, right?
Right. Of course, sex does have distinct biochemical reactors associated with it, but our experiences are always informed culturally. When it comes to the biochemical stuff, like I mean, I've read the science on it. I have to agree, of course. Sex is unique in its ability to make the love hormone produce or whatever. But I know that anecdotally, because culture has a big influence and so does context, that can really, really vary. Like, I know for a fact I've had sex with people who I did not have particularly fond, like, romantic feelings towards. And I know that I've developed really deep bonds over going to Disneyland with people. So I think there's enough variety here where we have to acknowledge that the line we've drawn is, especially with what a strict line it is, you know, is a fairly arbitrary one. Not that there's anything wrong with being on that line, only that we should recognize, like, yeah, okay, well, you know, there's probably some cultural bias influencing it.
In a few years, I'm gonna be the conservative and be like, yeah, I'm monogamous. I don't believe people should have paid time off to take care of their pets. No, that's ridiculous.
Oh, you can be.
You
can be monogamous.
No,
look
if you want. I'm gonna be the next John Doyle.
Okay, I understand everything that you're saying. The one issue I had with what you said on your like thing, you said that monogamy was like internalized Christianity.
Okay, hold on.
Was that just like you were mad or like?
Okay, well, that was 90% me being mad, but I'm pretty sure that's also a misquote. Okay, I'm pretty sure what I said is that the idea that sex is sacred comes from internalized Christianity, which in the West, that's largely where it derives from. Obviously, not like forever, but I think that's what I said was internalized Christianity. Which, to be fair, Christianity is the largest cultural producer of the idea that there's something sacred about sex.
What do you think, Shoe?
At least, right?
I think sex is like sacred
because of your indoctrination within the Jesus Christ.
No, it's because it's like cool.
You're Italian, you said, right?
Yeah, I'm Catholic.
There you go. Yo, you guys, listen. You guys want to hear a funny story? My fiance used to go to a Catholic school, and she said she used to skip going out for recess because it's cold. I live in Canada. She used to skip going out for recess. She'd go to the fucking chapel and do the rosary fucking Hail Marys all lunch period long. I'm like, this is the school you went to? It sounds like fucking torture. What is this? So yeah, maybe that's where you're getting your internalized feelings about sex from.
Developing a relationship with Christ is torture to you? Jesus Christ.
Have you seen my beard, bro? Come on.
Yeah, I went to a Catholic after school thing, and like I would never pay attention ever. Like my little mini Bible just had doodles over it. Like I drew Jesus with like a blunt in his mouth and like.
And you're gonna try to tell Vaush that didn't impact your view on sex? Yeah, okay.
No.
My upbringing had nothing to do with how I view things.
Okay. I didn't pay attention though. That's the thing. Like I just like fucked around. So you
were telling me that you were drawing pictures of multiple different Jesuses. It wasn't the same one Jesus.
But would Jesus himself not draw pictures of Jesus smoking a blunt? Is that not in his?
He was looking down on me like, "Yo, base, like I approve."
Yeah, hey.
So.
Nice. You drew me handsome. I like that.
Yeah.
But he would say it in Hebrew. I think he would speak Hebrew, right? That's probably what he would. Yeah.
People were fighting yesterday on Twitter about if Jesus was white or like Hebrew or whatever. Like the fucking Nazis were like really angry that like
It's obviously
people were like,
Jesus, it's obviously Mongolian.
They're saying Aramaic in chat. They would speak Aramaic. Okay. Yeah.
No, Mandarin.
Sounds fake.
Mandarin.
It's obvious. You need to read the about the author section.
You guys want to hear another funny Catholic shit? So when I moved to my parents moved me to a different town when I was in the 11th grade. Just as I was about to finish high school, they're like, all right, pack it up, we're moving. And I moved to a new town. I had to make all new friends. It was the worst thing ever. And they put me in a Catholic school after I went to public school for my entire life. They're like, you're going to a Catholic school now with a uniform and everything. I literally, for the first semester, I used to just cry every single day in the bathroom and shit. Just so sad that they made me move. Anyways, so the religion,
Jesus Christ,
yeah,
what
dude.
What was the punchline?
The punchline's coming. So we used to have religion class, and the fucking abortion issue came up. And I was just like, yeah, abortion, of course. Like, what's wrong with abortion? And literally everyone in the class turned and was like, what? And like, it became this massive fucking literally like other students that were in other classes were talking about how I dared to stand up for abortion.
I remember, I remember my old school was like a church building for a little bit of time because they didn't have like, it was like an academy that couldn't find other property. And so for a while, my like government teacher said, we can't talk about abortion in class. It was part of the rules that we signed on to when we signed on to the church building. I'm pretty sure he was lying. He just didn't want to talk about it. Continue, sorry.
What were you going to say, Vaush?
Oh, I was hearing a high-pitched ringing that I'm pretty sure was coming from your mic because I could hear it, and I heard it when only you and I had active mics on.
I'm sorry, bro.
Did anyone else hear ringing?
Oh,
yeah, but that's how he talks. Yeah.
No, okay.
It's the dog whistle.
It's not a big deal. It's fine.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine. Okay,
fuck you,
all right.
Heemed.
Defended ourselves against the monogamy heat. Just the reason we got into all that to begin with isn't because I have some seething hatred of monoganormies or whatever. It's just because I think that people default to a lot of intuitive answers when it comes to why they feel certain ways about things, and it frustrates me a little bit when some people have like answers that feel like they're very much intuition based. Because we have really strong cultural opinions on this subject, right? The idea that like, you know, monogamy is like the way people are supposed to be is an incredibly deeply ingrained social standard in our culture, in pretty much every culture, honestly. So probably something worth addressing, I think.
You're just another lefty that wants to enact sexual chaos and destroy this country.
Exactly. I was gonna get at that. It's
also, I think
fucking degeneracy over here.
I honestly think being more chill and laissez-faire about sex would introduce more sexual order. The chaos is when people lie and they're like, yeah, babe, I'm only going to sleep with you. There's no way in the whole entire life of our marriage that I will ever feel temptation to sleep with other people because I'm under the impression that humans are biologically locked and not wanting to fuck everybody else.
Oh yeah, I guess
some reason.
My opinion is like I think it's better to share those like feelings in a relationship because if you're in a relationship where one person wants to be monogamous and the other person doesn't, the best thing you can do is literally just either figure out a way to work through it or break off the relationship because you two are not compatible. And it's better to do one of those two things early on because if you don't, it'll just blow up in your face. It'll get messy. It'll be hurtful. And yeah, I mean, I've been very clear about that. For example, like there's conversations between, I remember me and Kat had a conversation, I don't think she cares if I share this, where he was like, hey, if I wanted to go to Europe to study, would you stay with me? And I was like, probably not. I don't do long distance stuff. Long distance stuff to me, it's just like, I like to be physically present with the people I'm with. And I just can't do long distance. I've tried it before.
Based
it's not smart.
and forward thinking, Bill. All I'm going to say is that if people in marriages or committed relationships were open and forthcoming every time they wanted to fuck somebody who wasn't their partner, that would be a lot of ended relationships, right? Because I'm pretty sure that's a very common feeling. Even if you never act on it, that is a very common feeling that people have, you know? And I guess like there's utility in learning how to work past those feelings in the same way that like sometimes even if you're in a romantically monogamous relationship, you might feel like, oh, my partner sucks. I want to be with somebody else, you know? But sometimes those feelings are fleeting and you have to be good at kind of interpreting your own emotional state. But yeah, there's a lot of variety in how people handle stuff like that, I think. I do know that the expectation that people need to be monogamous is super destructive to monogamous people, though. Because holy shit, there are so many, like, fucking people out there who suffer needlessly in monogamous relationships because they have some, like, moral, you know, guilt over, like, the need for them to do so.
Yeah,
do you think this is just because you're not monogamous, so you're, like, kind of like, oh, everyone feels that way? It's kind of like, because I'm bi, so I'm kind of like, I bet everyone's kind of bi in a way. Like, have you ever thought like that? Like,
totally possible, but I have talked to a lot of monogamous people and watched a lot of media presumably made by and for monogamous people, and it seems like it's pretty common feeling-wise, right? But you're right, though. I am absolutely, like, biased by my perspective, but it does feel like it happens more than we're comfortable talking about. Like, who in chat would agree with this, okay? If you're in a monogamous relationship, you have, at some point in that relationship, probably thought, oh my god, they're hot, I would fuck them. Like, you wouldn't really, but, like, you've thought that, right? Like, chat, I just want to see, like, hypers, if you agree with that. Like, you're monogamous, but at some point you've had that feeling. Okay, I mean, now follow up to that, okay? Now, how many of you would be upset if your partner came to you and told them they had also had that feeling about another person? Probably a lot of you, right? Like, there'd be something, like, you'd be like, like, you'd feel, like, kind of down about it. I don't know. That just seems like a common thing.
Hot take, I don't blame the kids for doing this.
Oh, shit.
Is this the Halloween one?
Yeah, I wonder what your guys' takes was on this.
Wait, for what?
Is that, wait, but the original tweet was deleted.
I think I might be able to pull it up because I can still see the video. I think I might have to screen share it.
Okay,
here.
get me the video because I'm gonna disagree with you hardcore on this.
Oh fuck! I don't think the video. Bro, the video is gone. The video is gone, but we can talk about it anyways.
Is it really gone? Is there no?
The guy deleted it, yeah. But like, I feel like I was able to see it before, even though it was deleted. You know what I mean? But now I can't. I'm not sure why.
Okay, so the video is gone, but what the video showed was kids walked up to a Halloween bowl and it said take one only. And then the kids took the entire bowl. That's the story.
I'm sorry, how did this produce discourse? This happens every Halloween to like 1/3 of households.
Oh, hang on, let me tell you. Let me tell you. All right. So this was tweeted up by Jared Monroe, who's like, I don't know if he's like associated with Jesse Lee Peterson, or I don't know why the fuck I follow this guy, but like I like to have a mixture of people I follow on Twitter, and I followed this guy, so I see him post this, right? And then at first I'm like, I just responded to it because my take is, listen, if you're gonna leave candy out and a bunch of kids come and take all of the candy, tough shit. You decided to put a bowl of candy out and kids came and took it. Like, it's Halloween. That's what you're asking for, right? But then I looked in the comments. Oh my god, Vaush, Dylan. Every comment was, of course, 13% of the trick-or-treaters. Of course.
Oh, was the kid black?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's why yeah. Okay, so I do think it's like shitty behavior from a kid. Like, I think it's disordered behavior because we should be able to expect young people even to be, you know, like kind and reciprocal, even in private, if they feel like they're not being watched. But like, isn't this a parent issue? Whenever I see like kids being shitty, my first thought always goes to the parents because I can't fathom any situation in which a 13-year-old's disordered behavior is not at least somehow adjacently related to them being raised poorly, right? I mean,
but like, listen, I was you wouldn't.
Also, is it even that big of a deal?
Exactly. I was raised fucking amazing. My parents
I'll let you guys finish, and then I'll come and yell at you both.
Please, I can't wait. My parents raised me, bro. Amazing, fucking fantastic parents. Shout out to them. I'm very polite. I feel like I have a very good like emotional intelligence. I would have done some shit like this. You're a kid. There's literally no repercussions for taking the candy, and it's Halloween. You're not like stealing it from a store or something like that. Oh, and also Lauren Southern commented on it and was like, this is what happens in the big cities. There's a moral sickness in the big cities. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm like, white supremacy is a moral sickness.
Yeah, as if people aren't stealing shit in fucking rural. Have you ever do you have rural fucking relatives? These motherfuckers, like there are rural families that have like generations long feuds with their neighbors where they're like stealing shit from each other's backyards and it's like the idea that it's just
I lived in the rural town too. It was the same shit. Like you just but anyways, I don't think it's a big deal.
She's not talking about like cities. Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
so you think it's no big deal if the kids come and take the candy? What's your take, Vaush? I want a position on this before Dylan goes off.
I think it's bad. Like kids should be taught not to do that stuff. I think it's okay to be upset about it. I just it's to me it's like a very petty or a very trivial crime because this shit happened all the time to like every family that I noticed doing trick or treat stuff back in Beverly Hills when I grew up. It was just accepted like, yeah, your jack-o'-lantern is going to get smashed eventually. Your candy will get stolen. They're literally kids. Like, of course that's going to happen. Like, is it bad? Yeah, but
okay, let me ask you one more question. Dylan, you keep eating your ice cream sandwich. If they were teenagers versus like 10-year-olds, do you draw a difference between them?
Interesting.
Because these kids were like in their 13 maybe.
Wait, did you hear Dylan? I didn't.
What?
Wait, no, I thought you said you asked the question was to you, Vaush. You said, let me finish my ice cream.
You didn't hear me again, Vaush?
Wait, I thought you said Dylan. Wait,
I said Dylan.
Dylan, finish your ice cream sandwich.
Oh, he doesn't. Okay,
these are the types of people that sympathize with candy stealers.
Sorry, I thought I was just waiting. Okay, I must have sounded like a total jackass there. I'm
like, yo, he says interesting. He's thinking about it. I can't wait to. He's synthesizing a take.
Difference between 10 and 14. Honestly, at 10 years old, you're barely like a moral agent. If a 10-year-old does something shitty, like I can barely even get mad about it, only at the parents or the other the other people with power over that kid. I think by 14, you're old enough that it's like okay to see you do something shitty and get mad at you for it, you know? Maybe not the same way that you would with an adult, but like you're old enough to know what the fuck you're doing. But a 10-year-old is like a stupid blob that plays Pokemon. Like they're a little idiot. Like,
my take.
Yeah.
My take is that it's even appropriate up until like 19, 20. I would be okay with it because I think that like in your teen years, you're more risk taking. You're gonna try to, you know, do some shit that you would. A 10-year-old might not do that because they're afraid that like they'll get in trouble or something. But a 15-year-old is definitely more likely to do that, and I sympathize with. I'm telling you guys, this is the kind of. Stop shaking your fucking head, Dylan.
What do you mean by okay with though? Like,
okay, so what I mean is,
right?
Yeah. So what I mean is, if my kid comes home and says, hey, I did this, I'm gonna say you should not have fucking done this. This is not how I raised you, and I would never raise my kids to do this. But if I was like walking down on the sidewalk and I saw some kids doing this, I wouldn't be like, hey, stop this. Or like what this family did. They went on their camera, they snipped the videos of all the sad kids that came up when the bowl was empty. They like made an entire compilation video throughout the night. It's like, don't be mad. Like, what do you care if 10 kids take one candy each? Or if one kid takes 10 candies? It's fucking Halloween. They're kids.
Dylan, I think it's time.
Go ahead,
for you
Dylan.
to give your perspective.
Okay.
Man started. This is, by the way, is a motherfucker that starts with dessert first. Okay, just so you know, he started his dinner with dessert first. Go ahead.
No, I ate the wings first. Now, first off, these kids should get the chair. I don't think that's debatable. Okay? That's the first thing I'm saying. Okay, chair locked. Looking into the camera, tears streaming down their face. Ka-chunk! Okay? That's the first thing I'm going to say. Now, the second thing I'm going to say is, look, I think people who take the whole bowl are the reason why our society is failing, okay? Look, every single time on Halloween, I'd walk up to a house during the end of the night because I'm the one putting in the legwork. I'm the one who cares. I'm the one who wants those big pieces of candy. And I walk up to these bowls and they're empty. And I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, there wasn't those many kids that passed by here. And I'm like, Jeremiah, that piece of shit, I know exactly what he did. I'm thinking, I'm making a criminal profile in my head of the people who stole the candy that rightfully belongs to me, right?
Bullshit.
Now these kids, maybe they are misguided souls. Maybe they're the next like main character of Breaking Bad. We cannot know. It's 50-50 either chance. But we need to make sure that the rightful amount of candy goes to the rightful amount of kids. And these candy hardcore candy felons need to leave the candy in the bowl and take the proper amount. If the note says take 1 piece of candy, take 1 piece of candy. Now, I understand. What about this house right here? You don't know the family who lives here. Maybe you do and you don't like them. That's one thing. To disregard their kindness in giving you candy, that's to do one thing. But the worst part of it is all the kids you're screwing who come after you. All the kids who come after you just wanting an Almond Joy, just wanting a Snickers that you have now robbed of the opportunity to have a piece of candy. And that's what's wrong with what these kids
Bro, this is not a fucking this guy thinks he's running for school president, bro.
This is not
what the hell is this?
They didn't only screw out the people who gave them the candy, they also screwed over the other kids who wanted candy. And that is unforgivable.
Cap it off with something racist. Talk about the inner city and how it breeds degeneracy.
Look, I'm being real right now. I'm saying these people who take the whole bowl, they're kind of fuckheads. And I'm not saying they should be thrown in prison, okay? I do think
you said they should be killed.
You wouldn't want to waste prison resources on them.
Exactly. All I'm saying is, like, look, I don't think it's a terrible idea to say, hey, you shouldn't do this. And
nah,
they
you're tripping, bro. What are kids supposed to do, Dylan? Why don't you go ahead and tell me? Every kid is supposed to be a fucking... Huh? Bro, kids are kids.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Kids are kids. Okay, so let's say my kids are being kids, and like my kid like knocks out your kid. We can't just wait.
No, hang on.
No. Let me finish. Now, obviously, they're kids, and so we're not going to treat it like an adult man assaulting another adult man. But it doesn't mean you just hand wave them doing a bad thing. They did a bad thing here. It isn't a criminal thing that should be thrown away. But it's something that should be discouraged in order to enforce
can discourage
law and order on Halloween.
You can discourage it, but not get butthurt over it. Like you making a fucking presidential speech about it and shit. Like,
look, all I know is I remember the tears.
Bro, now I'm gonna do it. Now I'm going trick or treating next year just to spite your ass.
I remember that.
Fucking
I'm gonna be like one of those Mirror Me TV interviews. You want to taste the bottom of my shoe? Fuck. You never seen those interviews from the Middle East where they take off the shoes and they start throwing it at each other?
Heem, you stole a lot of candy when you were young, right?
Of course, bro. You know why? I mean, you know why? Because my mom is a dietitian, so her rule was whatever candy you can collect on Halloween, that's your candy for the whole year.
Oh,
and then she would like put it in the pantry, and we'd have to like ration it out for the rest of the year.
That's a very toxic incentive. Holy fuck! I think if I was you, I would be like, fuck, I would like take the gun, like start wandering.
Feeding kids. I put rocks in my pillowcase.
Like a Halloween burglar, you know? Like, yeah, they left a lot of candy out in the bowl out front. I bet they have even more in their fucking pantry. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Now, ask you a question, Heem.
Huh?
Yeah?
If your kids did this and you were there and you just saw it happen, what would you do?
I would cuss my kids out.
I'd probably get like, hey, you fucking scamps or some shit like that. I don't know. Like, if I get super fucking mad about it, they'll probably laugh, right? But if you make fun of them, teenagers or like young kids, like they like it when people who don't have direct control over them get angry at them because it's a validation of their power, and they get furious when you laugh at them. If you're trying to make children feel bad, just laugh at them, okay? As soon as they're old enough to feel shame, that's all you need to do.
Yo, I'm not saying they need to go to prison. I'm just saying this is not good behavior and it should be discouraged.
But from your own parents.
Well, yes, your own parents. But then here's the question. What if your parents suck and they won't discourage it?
You'll grow out of it, bro. What do you think? One day you're stealing candy, or one day you're taking a bowl full of candy and the next you're robbing banks?
That I don't agree with, because like, yeah, I do think that disordered behavior can escalate.
Okay, one sec. Here we go. Do you guys make an equivalence between taking all the candy and, let's say, stealing candy from a convenience store?
No, but I think it's about, like, your ability to feel compassion for people who aren't there with you, right? Like, if you take candy, you are fucking over the people who come... Well, right.
Candy to prison pipeline, okay?
Well, but, like, shitty teens do often turn to shitty adults, right? Like, we all know that kid from high school who was, like, a huge shit and nobody ever called him out in it, and he, like, his parents, like... let them get away with everything, and then they grew up and nothing ever changed, but life got more hard, so they just became a burnout. Some of them turned to crime, sure, but I think just a lot of them turned to shitty adults, so I don't know.
This is some bullshit. You know that guy who's a crackhead, he started out smoking weed. This is what you guys are doing right now.
Well, no, because there's nothing wrong with smoking weed, but like, there's nothing wrong with a bunch of... Well, wait, there is something wrong with taking a bunch of
yeah, there is something wrong with theft, Heemed.
It's not theft. It is theft, but it's theft from the commons. It's not theft from an individual, right? Like in a way, there's almost something spiritually wrong about it. There's like a pact
Damn,
of
that's
trust.
deep. That's
right,
deep.
because like if you're stealing from an individual, like whatever, it's theft. But the candy that's left out there is sacred. It's the collective candy, you know. It's like a pact that you enter into, like socially, with you and everyone else in the neighborhood. So I think that in a way,
screwing out the people who were given the candy. He screwed out the other people of the commons.
Okay, hold on. Pausers. I think I would agree with you guys 100%, but they're kids. Like, I would have this expectation you guys are saying of adults. Dylan, pull up this video I just pulled up for you. This is apparently someone said in my chat that Shoe wanted us to see this, but I don't know how true that is.
Shoe, did you send it to me? Where'd you put?
I put it in the DMs, bro.
Okay. I'll show it on stream quick. 1 second.
Shoe affirms that this is indeed something that she wants.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. Wow, this little girl tries to tell her dad that they should leave candy for other kids, but no, he just takes it all. Loser dad of the year. Here, let's watch this.
All of it? Take everything that was in there? Huh?
I just take a little bit because the trick-or-treaters need some.
Come on, baby.
I got all of it.
No.
Almost all of it. That's enough, Daddy. We need some for the trick-or-treaters.
It's okay. They've already been here. Okay? Pick all of it up. Okay, come on.
This guy is a testament to why we need to bring back.
Okay, one sec. Can I ask, is Shoe in one of your fuckers' chats? Shoe, did Shoe think I was gonna defend this? Is that why she sent it?
Hey man, yeah, you're gonna defend this 100%. This is consistent
day
with what
one,
you're defending. 100%.
Yeah, when you're a kid, you steal. When you're an adult, you steal. It's 1-to-1.
You guys are fucked, bro. This guy deserves the chair.
No lol.
Oh, okay.
No lol.
This guy deserves the fucking chair.
Girl has a crazy moral compass, though. What? She can't be older than like what, 8, and she already understands.
She looks like 5 or something.
Yeah,
like.
Which, by the way, this
gets
is a parent teaching her daughter to be a criminal.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Is the reason that this is really bad is like the stealing from the commons, whatever. But also just like look at who's raising this young person. You know, that's what I'm more. That's what makes me more sad that like this.
Look, the adult version of this dilemma is whether or not you put your shopping cart back in the shopping cart retrieval rack. When you're an adult, right?
It's not.
Like no. Like if you gotta run, like if you just leave it in an like empty parking space, it's not the end of the world or whatever. But there's like a sacred vow that we all hold together as citizens of the world that if you have to put it back, because otherwise, like, what even are you?
It's not the same. It's not the same because in the shopping cart scenario, which by the way, I watch cart narcs on stream all the time. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's fucking fantastic content. It's basically a guy who narcs out people who don't return their shopping carts. It's the funniest shit ever. And yeah, he like approaches them and be like, "Can you guys please return your carts?" And then he'll like live debate them if they ask him why he thinks they should return them. Shit. Yeah, it's unreal. Anyways, I agree that the shopping cart you should return, but for a couple of reasons. A, you're an adult. B, there's like in this case, you have nothing to lose by taking, like, you know, you have everything to gain by taking it. But in that case, what do you really have? You get to leave the cart there and
you get a little bit of saved time,
I guess. Maybe.
Well, I guess for me, right? The first problem was that these kids were screwing other kids out of candy. That's the reason why the first scenario was bad. Not to mention taking advantage of the person who's giving the candies out generosity. I'm not saying they should go to prison. I'm just saying that that's bad behavior. It should be discouraged. The second one, the reason why the second one's also really terrible is that it shows this little girl trying to be like a good moral person, and her dad literally coming out correcting that behavior.
The second one.
Way. Yeah.
Which, as we recall, Heem did defend.
Yes.
Listen, okay, I'm Middle Eastern. I don't know about Halloween. I only know about Eid Mubarak. All right, I don't know about you guys. In Eid Mubarak, they tell us take all the money from your relative's house and shit. Fuck it.
Okay, well, look, it's a sacred holiday. Okay, wait. How about okay? Here's an adjacent issue. Okay. Oh, Harley Plays. Thank you for the Twitch raid. I really appreciate that. Hello, Harleyers. So here's an adjacent issue, okay? Maybe you think that what the kid did was super bad or good, whatever. How do you feel about the person on Twitter, like, compiling the video to showcase the bad behavior?
Well, that's my whole point. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Because I will admit, like, I think the kid's behavior is bad. That feels like a little weird to me, you know? Like, it's like, maybe it just feels so normal to me. Like, oh, kids taking all the candy from the bowl? Like, that's Halloween. That just shit happens. So the idea of, like, compiling together the video and, like, the people after when there's no candy, that feels like an unnecessary degree of involvement.
Some shit Dylan would do. That's some shit Dylan would do.
Look, okay, number one. The second one.
No, why are you going to the second one? Defend the first one.
Let me finish. Hey. You gotta let me speak here, okay? This is America, and I have the First Amendment, and I'm going to practice it, okay?
I have C16. I'm gonna shut your speech down.
Okay, look. The second one, I think, was 100% fine to post, okay? Because the second one, it was showing an adult literally teaching their children to just, like, do crime. Like, please.
That I'm fine with. That shit was exceptional. Yeah, the one from Shoe.
The first one, I do think, generally, if I was put in that scenario, I probably wouldn't have shared it publicly, or at least I would have blurred the faces out of the kids who did it, right? But I do think that having a public conversation about why this is bad behavior is a good thing to do.
You're actually tripping, bro. You're actually fucking. He's lost it, Vaush. He lost his mind, bro.
It is important to have this conversation. I think that we need to protect the candy.
He thinks kids. He thinks
hate candy. You hate children having candy, and you want to stop the majority of the kids from having candy, and you want to help the criminals who are stealing candy from children. That's what you want to do.
He thinks that kids don't already know this is wrong. Kids do shit that they think that they know is wrong all the time. The whole point of being a kid is to, like, cross the boundaries and shit and push what's allowed and shit, you know?
Well, no, of course.
I don't know how much they do know, right? Like, isn't it more that it's not that kids do stuff that they know it's wrong, it's that kids don't actually morally process. Like, that's a prefrontal cortex thing. Sometimes the, like, ramifications of their actions, that the parts of the brain that are literally there to help you process that info just aren't present. I don't know if posting stuff like that will change anything.
Won't.
Right, but maybe if it was a tweet like FYI, just got candy stolen from the bowl in front of my house. I hated these kids when I was a kid, and I still hate them at 32 or something. Like, because then it's anonymized, and I don't know. It's still like a good meme tweet or something.
Dylan thinks he's one Hippy Dippy panel away from changing the entire mind of all 13-year-old kids.
I'm not anti-Dylan here.
Wow.
Listen, you jumped onto my ship, Vaush. That's it. I'm taking you with me on this topic. All right, let's go on to the next topic.
I think it's okay to be mad at kids for doing that shit. Children are fucking animals, man.
Have any of you seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid, the movie?
I have not.
It's been a while. I think I watched it in a plane once.
In the movie, the dad stakes out and waits for these, like, teenagers to come and prank his house and throw eggs and, like, toilet paper on it with a bucket of water. He's gonna pour on them. I'm thinking what these parents should do. They should set up these bowls of candy, right? And they get, like, a Chris Hansen setup, right? They have the bowls of candy there. Take one piece, and then what happens when somebody tries to take the whole bowl? They shoot up. They got people with paintball guns peppering them, right? Then a van comes out. Van open. Authorities come out. Handcuffs. Away to the electric chair. That's my solution.
You do the scared straight thing right after that?
Yes, scared straight. We take them to the facility. We take them to, like, candy factories. Like, you take advantage of my labor that I work every day to produce these Hershey bars. 100%.
Bro, no wonder. You ever heard on Twitter people say Dylan is part of the deep state, war machine, whatever, Look, you can see it right here. He was probably part of the...
I just use real bullets. Like, why the pussy shit?
Yeah, he would. This is just for on stream.
Because I'm a dove. I'm a peaceful man, and so only paintballs. Paintballs and sandbags.
The thing is, like, okay, so we know how the messages we put out culturally have a huge influence on the behavior of adults, right? Like, if we normalize really bad behavior, like racism or sexism, then we know that has, like, a downstream effect on how people interpret, like, the morality of the things that they do and don't do. I wonder how much that influences kids. How much... By putting out good messaging, how much can you influence the behavior of literal children? Maybe when they grow older, like, they can reflect on those messages and change their behavior. But if you're, like, 12, what do you do to make a 12-year-old more morally responsible? Like, how does that? You know what I mean? Like, how do you do that?
I think for sure they're like, I don't know if they still watch shows or whatever from whatever. They definitely kids learn a lot of. I don't swear to God, I don't know, but they learn a lot from
They
them.
probably watch shows.
I don't know. They I swear to God, I wouldn't be surprised if kids didn't watch shows anymore. Why would they? They have TikTok and shit. But yeah, I don't know. I think that I agree that the messaging can help, but I still think that Dylan seems to think that the kids just aren't aware. There's a lack of awareness, but hey, it's okay.
No, I do think there could be a certain level of like if I do something I know that like littering's bad, and I think most people know that littering's bad, right? But I don't think that it really hit me as much as I shouldn't be littering until I got more involved with environmental activism, right? And I think that if people are made more aware why something's bad, or it's explained to them the consequences of what happens when they do a bad thing. Like most people think, well, I'm just taking this candy, so that means these people, these bozos, just gave me a free ride. They don't think about all the kids that are going to come after them. They're going to look at this bowl being like, damn, I don't get a Hershey bar. I don't get a Twizzler. I don't get any of the whatever shitty black licorice candy. They don't think of that. And I think explaining it to them and showing them why it's bad could be helpful.
God, I just know when I took all the candy, Dylan was the kid that came up after me, and that's going to help me sleep at night tonight.
I think the really thing that helps is empathy, like learned empathy.
I agree.
I didn't really get how to sympathize with people who had mental illness issues until I had a depressive sprout in college. So I guess what I'm saying is maybe what we should do is we should steal candy from the kids who stole the candy, right? Like we should have their candy like out, okay? And we should be like, okay, we saw you stealing, okay? And just to show you how it feels, we're all going to take one piece of candy from your bag, okay? So it's like you're the one giving it out, and the first person to walk up to their bag takes all of it and runs off. I think that would instill a positive message right there.
Well, we should do that with their college funds.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Squid Game shit. All right.
Amen.
I'm curious to hear your take on this this clip that I sent you from your show on Friday.
Oh, the Jackson. Okay, sure. Okay, we're gonna watch a clip that happened during a debate I hosted. Do you want to watch the original clip or the edited one?
Both.
Okay,
The
so
original
let's watch
first
the
episode.
original clip first. From a show that I hosted. It was the Hippy Dippy Championship between Destiny and Infrared, which recently I went to DC and I was interviewed by a Rightly, which is an Al Jazeera affiliated program, and the first question they had was about this, actually, right here. Which
Really?
I find interesting. Yep, it was. The interview is fully up. I'm going to upload some clips onto my channel soon. So let's watch the clip. For the Democratic Party.
So to begin, hold on, wait, someone's at the door. You need to...
Okay, Destiny. I can't mess with it's mind games.
Hi, how's it going?
We're going great.
Hello.
How you guys doing?
Doing
We're
good.
doing great.
What's the question?
Should people vote for Democrats?
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay, if that's the intro, Destiny, now you can start with yours.
That was the intro. I'll do my intro. We should not vote for Democrats because at the end of the day, Democrats are only another arm of the...
Got some great news today. The corporate office finally fired the general manager at the part-time job I quit Jan of last year, who was
Can't hear anything
discriminating
you're saying,
against me for my disabilities and many other...
So the reason why that clip was cringe...
Angle
Sorry,
hype,
dude.
Neela hype,
The
hype,
first
KO
problem
hype,
is,
KO hype,
I think
KO
with the clip and why I think it failed so miserably, is that his mic was just terrible the whole night, and it's like a it's like a.
Is it worse than mine?
Mic. It's much worse than you.
Okay,
Like,
thank God.
By like a mile and a half.
I don't
And
know.
it's-
That mic is literally more expensive than mine. I have no idea how they get such
More
bad audio.
expensive than
out of it.
mine too.
Bro,
I
this
have
is
no
the shit
clue.
that I have, bro. It's fucking hard to... You gotta get it just right.
It's so bad though. So that's the first reason why it sucked. The second reason is, what do you think he was banking on to happen? Because
Dude, your reaction and his reaction was amazing. It was so, like the way that you just sat there.
Probably like shocked gasps, right? Like, What a fucking nightmare. The thing that they don't understand, I don't know if they don't know this or if they do know this and they're just pathetically railing against reality that they can't change. But like the performative masculinity shit is really, really funny if it's clear it's ironic, and it's very sad when it's clear that it's not ironic. If you're like a regular looking guy, like you don't work out that much, and you're like, you know, you have a good sense of humor and you're like busting out the guns, bah, or whatever, like nobody's gonna make fun of you for that shit because it's funny. But when you're Hinkle and you legit like actually attempt to flex on people unironically and you posture over it, it gets so unfunny so quickly. But I don't know if he knows it. Like, do you think he knows that?
Well, the thing is, the interaction he had was he sat down and he just does this because I think he was banking on us to react, and we didn't, because in my mind when that happened I was just like, oh, it's Hinkle. Okay. I was ready to host the debate between him and Destiny because I thought, like, okay, Hinkle wanted to debate with Destiny.
Imagine Destiny was like, that's it, Dylan, I'm leaving the show. I can't do this.
Yeah, because the thing is, if we've learned anything from the Steven Crowder, like, Sam Cedar thing, is the best thing you can do when somebody tries to pull a stunt is, like, treat it like it's, like, nothing's really happening, nothing's changing. Just let them, like, act like a child or act like the way they are. And that's what they did. And so Hinkle got this far, and I guess he didn't plan further than this. And so he, like, it's like if
he left. Yeah, he left.
He just left. He just looked at the screen.
It was definitely a half-baked concept.
If you look at him, he keeps looking back over to infrared while talking and looking over, like, what am I supposed to do? I didn't think this through, and he just keeps looking back over. He doesn't know what to do because he just got to this point, but didn't have a second plan.
Dylan, remember that meme I sent you of Jafar and the parrot?
Oh yeah, can you send it to me?
I don't have it. You gotta make another one with Hinkle and.
Shoe says, I used to think Jabson was actually cute when I discovered him. Then he kept doing that weird ass performative tough guy masculinity shit, and I throw up every time. Which, by the way, like, true. You know, I thought the Jersey Shore thing was like a bit at first, but I think it's unironically like actually the personality type, you know? I just don't get it. It just reeks of so much insecurity to me. I don't know why people choose to act that way.
I agree. I don't like this red pill. I don't like this red pill shit.
Infro was was on a panel recently where he said he didn't eat girls out because he didn't care if they came or whatever. Like,
is that supposed to be Chad behavior?
Right, because his following is full of young men who are enslaved to their thoughts of women. They can't get them, but they think of women all the time. So to them, or at least in the minds of Infrared, the ultimate man is somebody who's unchained by thoughts of women. So this callous disregard for women to them is super, super alpha, because it means he's totally, and let me tell you, Infra has totally super duper not constantly thinking about women, by the way. Definitely not all the time obsessing over how they come off to women, but like that's the type of guy, right? Like they want to be free.
Did you see the Infrared on a date with some girl or out on the town with some girl, and his debate with Destiny came up?
No, I didn't see that. No.
Somebody in chat has it. Please provide it, because what you're talking about, the wounding of the ego happened on that, because the girl brought up the fact that he lost the debate with Destiny, and he didn't take it very well.
Did he call her a cuck loser?
Well, no, because he then debated her on how he won.
That's pretty based. That's pretty based. Pull up the other clip, Dylan, underneath.
Okay, the other clip. Oh,
and while we wait for that clip.
Sure. Yeah. I guess for me, my one comment would be, like, about all of this is, like, I hope going forward, like, if you're gonna do something like this, you have a game plan. Like, once you get in there, you have something you're gonna do. Because for him,
a punchline,
exactly. He set up the punch, stood there, then walked out of the room. Like, never delivered it.
He was hoping other people would supply the punchline. You know, that somebody else would say something that would legitimize his presence there.
Someone else would say something funny.
He just walked off.
Have you guys been following their, like, their socials or whatever? Because Haz's Twitter keeps popping up because he gets ratioed every time he tweets something. He was, for a brief period of time, like him and Hinkle were getting, like, really elevated by Zerka, who himself is elevated, I think, by Train, association-wise. So there's kind of like an Euler, like, fountain of, like, cascading bowls going on. But like lately, all I've seen is ratioing, and I think like it was a very short-lived bubble, you know?
Yeah, I mean, did you
wait, Vaush, are you saying that infrared is not rising?
No, I think he might be plummeting actually.
Infrared is plummeting. Imagine his chatters come into the chat. Infrared is plummeting. Infrared is plummeting.
Descending.
Descending, yeah.
Descending. But me and Zerka actually got into it recently. So now this is public information. I can say it. So you remember the Anna Frills stuff with Destiny and all of that?
I never realized what was happening. I know the memes from a year ago. She's like the crazy psych bitch who's like, I will debate you into explaining how you love me and how you saying you don't love me is abusive. That's the girl, right?
So basically, there was another resurgence of it recently. And a week after everything happened, I wait and then I covered it because, you know, give it some time to settle a little bit before you jump on it, right? And so I covered it and Zerka was involved because Zerka basically was like kind of the catalyst for this round of it happening because he had Destiny and Anna on the same panel to talk about this, and he would flip-flop on which side he was on during it to basically keep it going to make content happen, right?
Right, the content farm, yeah.
Yeah, and he was laughing along. He was saying, like, somebody was like I think Anna like asked, "Are you okay with this happening on your show?" And he was like, "Well, 1 second, let me check the view count." And basically, I was covering this, and then he offers me $1,000 to stop covering it. He just says, "I will give you $1,000 to stop covering this."
So the viewers will go to him
because what was happening is since I was covering it, I was getting like 1.5 at the time because it was like a big drama farm or whatever. And so he offers me $1,000 in DMs to stop watching it. Not one, because my coverage of him was like, dude, you perpetuated it. Like, this is obviously you're farming this. And this is also because this was happening during the same time as the Zerka Royale. The Zerka Royale being his flagship program where that's where he makes like most of his views and gets most of his money from, right?
Right.
And so basically he offered me $1,000 and then said, Dylan, you don't care about, I thought you cared about mental health. And recently he was like calling me a snake for not stopping watching the stream. And I don't know, man, it's wild. Zerka's an interesting character.
I mean, that's not a bad buyout price, right? I mean, depending on the type of content you can get from it.
I did think about taking them. I was like $1,000.
Bro, I was gonna say, how did you say no to that, bro?
I can actually just read the messages. I was a dumb moral Andy. I was like, I guess I gotta have standards or whatever.
See, he didn't take the candy when he was young, and now he's not taking the candy when he's older.
Exactly. I can read this to you right now. 1 second. Hope you know Anna has stated the whole reliving of her bad moment is taking a huge toll on her mental health. I will donate $1,000 anonymously if you stop. Money is no issue. It's been a week and guys are still going out here. Dude,
wait.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, wait. So he didn't want your viewers. Didn't he try to like delete everything after? Like he might have wanted you to keep it quiet because like optically things got bad for him. I heard about other people being asked to delete their VODs. Did that not happen?
Yeah, I think maybe he just like wanted it to go away.
Hey, can I just say something? Watch. Guess he's sending me a DM right now.
Who?
It's infrared. He wants me to deliver a message to you.
Hit me up.
Dylan, why don't you ask your friend Vaush why he's still terrified to debate me or confront me in any capacity? Also ask him who has more views on Twitch right now since he wants to talk about that.
On Twitch? I don't know, man.
It's like Mike from BA on Twitch, right? You're irrelevant on Twitch.
Wait, Haas does know you do know you can DM me directly, right? Didn't you friend request me a while ago? I'm pretty sure you can. We have to be in a shared server. Hold on, wait. Yeah, we have to be.
I have the most viewers on Periscope, by the way.
Yeah.
Are you on Periscope right now?
No, I'm not. But I should get on it, though. Maybe some people... who knows? I can rise over there.
There we go. Okay. He can just DM you directly. Also, like... Yeah, honest to God, if Haas wants to come on while I'm playing Diablo or some shit.
If he wants, if he wants, I'll host it and we can see if you can get him to 0 and 2, man.
No. The problem is with like types like him, it's all about the attention economy. With types like him or like Nick Fuentes or whatever, like the best way to debate them is I'm just playing video games and they hop on for like 15 minutes or whatever. They want like the fanfare and the trumpets and the attention and the moderator and the presentation and all that. But like nothing infuriates them more than coming on and being treated like I just brought a chatter on because they said something in chat.
he actually really disappointed me with the whole Hippy Dippy thing.
Yeah, because he can't actually. He can't actually.
Why? I heard it was very serious. Is that right?
So I don't.
I didn't
actually
see
very
it.
frustrating for me. I know that I'm not known as the most well-read like theory guy or whatever, but I think I've got actually at this point a pretty good understanding of a lot of the theoretic foundations of Marxism and stuff like that. And when he talks like theory talk, it's actually gibberish. It's like listening to Jordan Peterson or Sam Harris. Like his use of the terms like materialism or like idealism or like dialectics are completely out of line and inconsistent with how they're generally talked about. And he just says it, right? But then he actually goes into
just added that he just added you right now.
Yeah, okay. Wait, what does he have to say? If it's funny, I'll read it. Hold on. 1 second.
Dylan, what was wrong with the
like
appearance? Can you? I heard
What?
it was just taking it seriously. No.
What was that?
What was wrong with the? Why were you disappointed?
My
Wait,
problem was I actually did like. Well, he said he just added you, but
there it is.
I did like so much work to like promote. I promoted the event to the most of my ability. I had Titantrons made, which we paid to have made, and like did all that. And we had announcers. We got Billy the Fridge, an internet legend. We had like a professional like.
I remember you telling me about that on the last Burned Out podcast. Billy the Fridge.
Then, like after all was said and done, he just walks off at the end, and then the like Jackson Hinkle flop at the start. And then his mic quality being so terrible throughout, it was like, oh, okay, well.
Oh, didn't he leave before the winner was announced? Is that right?
Yeah, he left before he was announced.
Yeah,
but that's kind of a WWE kind of UFC shit. I've seen them do that where they're like, fuck this.
Yeah, fuck this, and then he left before. And the thing is, it's weird because I gave him like one. Like the thing is, I saw his like Cope stream afterwards, and he said that I picked Zerka because Zerka.
Oh my God,
was
he's
angry.
He's calling me now.
Oh. He says, wait.
I'm
he just
talking
sent me a
to
message.
people.
He just
Holy
sent me a
shit.
message. Tell him we are going to see who knows more about Marxism right now.
What?
I mean,
I'm on your thing.
Yeah, you're on our thing. You're on the thing.
Nah, fuck that.
Yeah.
Let him set it up later. Fuck that.
Right, yeah, don't let him.
What are we gonna do? What are me and you gonna do? Dylan, sit here and fucking like this while these two go back and forth.
We could flex.
Okay, true.
We could challenge.
Me and you will do push-ups.
Okay? Hey, Dylan, we should be aligned on this, okay? What did we just talk about with the kids stealing candy, okay? When it comes to children, all right, you have to you have to instill good values in them, and in this case, it's patience.
Yeah. Did you see the
Also, it's not like his attention is in short demand. That dude would DM me at 3 a.m.
Did you see the Communist Party thing with the Communist Party basically? Like,
yeah, where he got kicked. Yeah, where he got kicked out. Yeah, that was
what happened.
And the funny, so the Communist Party of America, 1 week after Infra was talking about the need for third parties, kicked Infrared and like I think it was Caleb Maupin out of the Communist Party of America because they basically said he's like basically like a pseudo nationalist and racist or whatever. I don't really know. It's just communist infighting, like always.
Damn.
Yeah. I've heard the CPUSA is like Fed shit or whatever. I know they had like some weird sexual harassment allegation cover-ups in the past that were pretty bad. And I know that they actually I've heard they have the based position, the objectively correct position that Lenin would have advocated for Biden to win over Trump. So that's a pretty big W in my book, right?
I don't know. All I know is that
True.
I guess it's just strange to me to just see man, he is still going in my DMs.
I know. Like I said, there's no rush to bring him on because he's so thirsty for my attention that I could probably mention at 4 a.m. that he's down. Like I could have him on, he would DM me like 2 seconds later. So it's not yeah, we don't need to rush into it, okay? This is very much on my time.
Ask him what he thinks about the candy situation. I'm curious.
Yeah, what's your opinion, Haz? What's your opinion on the candy
do you
thing?
believe that children should be able to steal the whole
don't say steal. You're painting the fucking.
Should they be able to be a hardened criminal?
It's obviously stealing.
No. You already said there's a difference between taking candy from the convenience store and taking candy from the bowl.
Well, yeah, I think in a way it's worse with the bowl because it's the commons, right?
Fuck
like at
the
least
commons.
like Robin Hood's theft. Robin Hood stole for the commons, okay? But when you steal from the candy bowl, you're stealing from the commons.
Yeah, in fact, I would say that's probably worse than stealing from a store.
You guys are bullshitting me right now to my face. But play this this other one. I want to hear what this one is, Dylan.
Oh, this one? Okay, 1 second. Okay, Destiny. I can't mess with it's mind games.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great.
Hello. I love his smile though. You know, it's like a child. He has like a childlike wonder.
He's happy to be here. Yeah.
Do you see the Nicki Minaj flag in the background?
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's Nicki Minaj in front of an American flag.
Wait, are they buying in with that?
It. You had a little method, a little strategy that got you a few views on your stupid YouTube videos. Get over it.
Yeah, they are. I don't know if they're into it, but they just had the flag. I mean, I have Mike Pence here, so it could just be a meme, right? Like I have the Mike. I don't know if this is a huge surprise. I'm not
would it be that out of line for them to be like anti-vax or whatever? I don't know. I don't know if they are or not.
I have no clue if they're anti-vax.
Feels like it wouldn't be too inconsistent.
I don't know. Literally zero clue.
Well, I mean, they got the attention.
We're stun locked now. We're stun locked. So
no, well, I think it's funny. Like I said, like with young people, like you laugh and that hurts more than being mad at them. I think it's dumb to be mad at like their dumb ideas past a certain point because
dude, I like being chill, bro. You know,
okay. I just told him you're scared. Okay.
I feel like people need to have disagreements.
He's watching. You don't need to worry.
People need to have disagreements and be able to like be nicer to each other. I think it'd be a nicer world to live in. But hey,
yeah. I think generally I'm pretty nice to the people that I disagree with usually. Like when I bring people
Gothix
on,
and Hunter recently.
Okay, now some people I wouldn't be very nice to. I'll admit I'm not perfect. Yeah, I saw Gunter versus
Gunter versus Gothix.
Yeah, I saw.
I don't know. I
can I be a little hot take Andy here?
Only if you incorporate an ableist.
Hunter Avalone is very. I don't know what to. He's kind of like every time I hear him like debate somebody he like hardcore disagrees with, he sounds like somebody asking to talk to the manager.
You mean like he does
like
the
his tone? His tone.
I told him the same thing. He came in my chat when I was watching it, and I said, "Bro, your debating is great. Your facts are there, but like, if you come out like, I don't know, like I forget the very first line she said something, and he like said a snarky comment back to her, and it's like you're just like throwing gasoline all over the bridge and just getting ready to light it."
Exact. When I was hosting the debate, it felt like he would start off like, "You just spread a bunch of misinformation, and I need to take that on right away." And it's like, dude, like,
I think he's really
just like that every single time. It's like
I think he's really enthusiastic to disagree, which I totally sympathize with.
True.
I think it's how do I say it? It's like I think that the reason why that might be the case is because Hunter is really enthusiastic to debunk what he sees as like his past self, right? Because I know that the positions I go the hardest against are usually the ones that I used to hold, especially when I was younger, like when it was fresh in my memory. So I imagine when Hunter hears that shit, he's like, "Oh, I remember," and like it's a little bit like of a seeing red kind of thing, which I totally get. I don't know if it's necessarily rhetorically bad though, because it also tends to make the opponent really fucking mad, and that usually means they make mistakes. So it's kind of like he's waving a bull flag for him and the opponent, you know.
Did you see the official belt now given to losers of the Hippy Dippy Championship?
The one made of coal, or what was it?
Yeah, that one. We're showing it on screen right now. It's the this is the official losers belt that is only given to losers of the Hippy Dippy Championship. We sent it out
prestigious.
To and he showed it on stream. It was really nice of him. Very nice of him.
I appreciate him going along with the bit. Those belts are awfully nice, just so you know. I still really do.
Do you still have it by chance?
Bro, the only reason you gave it to him is because you didn't want to do Canadian shipping, you asshole.
Sure.
Dropping the meme, it's just 6 inches above where the camera line cuts out. It's right on top of this.
Could we show it on stream quick? Would that be fine?
Yeah, shit, sure. It's really good. Hold on.
I just want to show people because people actually don't know. Like, they see the front plate. They don't see all the plates. There's 5 separate plates on it. Let me show it on screen quick. There's 5 separate plates. It's a very nice belt. It's actually more expensive than you think to have produced.
Oh, you can see like the reflection and shit. Guys, look, you can see Diablo being reflected in this thing. It's so cool. Why am I wearing shoes with no socks? They're fucking slippers, you moron.
So
Jesus
if you don't
Christ.
see, there's actually more than just a main plate. There's actually 5 plates in total. One is the YouTube symbol. The other one's a mic. Then you've got the main plate on the front, which has the giant, Hippy Dippy peace symbol with Hippy Dippy champion. Then you've got the world and a Twitch symbol. It's got like the whole thing. We had to have customly designed before we ship.
Why did you? You should have just put in. You should have just put in America instead of the world. Why did you put the world?
Because You don't need to be an American to win the championship.
Seems like
Vaush isn't an American. He's a communist.
There we go.
Anyway, it's very nice.
Anyway, no, it's like super nice. I'm really glad that I keep it. It's like one of my prized sentimental possessions, alongside the first microphone that I ever got.
Okay, I got the moment I was talking about from Infrared's.
All right, let's take a look.
Can you see it by chance?
Oh, the girlfriend or the date,
the girl,
whatever.
The acquaintance.
Gotcha.
Do a rematch with Destiny. Oh, because he lost?
No. Okay. First of all, isn't it? So I checked afterwards.
Stop yelling.
They literally just give themselves an award. Like they gave Destiny the award, but it's like it's literally I debate someone.
Who?
I debated Destiny, and it's on Dylan Burns' thing, and they're all like aligned with each other. And they just gave Destiny an award. Like, okay, so if you let's say you debate someone, they just give themselves an award, and they say they won.
I love the explanation.
I could never do. Oh god,
listen,
I could.
Destiny got blown out of the fucking water. I don't even know how anyone thinks that was a competition.
I could never imagine doing this while on a date, like ever. You know, I've seen like I've had like some interactions with fans or whatever, or I have been on some dates with people who knew about me, and like you guys know my online reputation, okay? So like every time someone's like, haha, you've been in trouble, I have a friend who doesn't like you, something like that, you know? And I could never imagine like earnestly defending myself in a situation like that. Like, no, actually,
he was using debate tactics.
Yeah, it's like, holy shit. Like, eventually you just have to learn to lean back and go like, I lost the moment I decided to talk politics online, baby.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Yeah.
You should have heard he was using a logical fallacy against me, babe.
He's like using logical fallacies.
So you did lose, is what you're saying. Technically.
No?
Technically.
What do you mean I lost?
Technically you lost?
If Queen.
Did you get the award?
She's literally just not smart.
Is she a streamer?
She's just not smart.
Did you get the badge?
Yeah, I don't know if they're like dating.
Who got the award though for winning?
They had 3 judges. Zerka was one of them.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they thought Zerka was gonna go against me because me and him were fighting.
Dude, dude, as far as I know, Zerka and him are tight. The reason they chose Zerka is because I knew Zerka was in with it with Destiny because the whole Anna thing, and I thought it'd be funny if he was a surprise.
Wait, how could you possibly think Zerka would ever vote Destiny?
It was the same reason I chose
Pause.
Destiny to be the secret celebrity guest judge in your thing. It's because I knew when I said the last judge with Destiny, there'd be some whiplash where everyone was like, "Oh fuck." And then, like, Destiny voted.
He's giving you the behind-the-scenes thought process.
No, dramatically, no. It was perfectly.
Who were the other 2 judges?
It was Danabo and Geek.
Oh, okay. You fucked it, bro. You should have got me. You should have got me judging.
Danabo is 100% pro Infrared. He thinks Infrared's hilarious. So the fact that he didn't vote Infrared is, I think, more of a condemnation of Infrared's performance in that debate than anything. But
it would have been funny if he won and he wasn't even there to. He already hung up.
Dude, that would have been hilarious. But that's the other thing. I also don't think Infrared would have played along anyway. I don't think he's got good enough content brain to play along.
Well, he doesn't.
He does have good content brain for sure. You can't say he doesn't have good content brain. I think he's just like maybe not. Maybe he's more individualistic. Yeah.
Right. He doesn't have an abstract appreciation of drama. He has a personal ability to create it, but like the art of drama, I don't think he understands that well. He can't bounce off other people.
And Zerka voted for me, and then the 2 other judges who were politically aligned with Destiny voted for Destiny.
Oh. Danabo is not politically aligned.
Sorry, you know the meme. You know the meme.
Doesn't even know who Danabo is.
You know the meme at the baseball game where he's like explaining the thing.
Yo, yeah, explaining like the meme where the guy in the crowd is explaining to his girlfriend the sport.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, 100%. My
Look,
God.
I hope it was just another.
He's on a date talking about Danabo, like.
Like then Danabo voted for. Oh God, dude, I love it. I love it. I love this, dude. The thing is with the Hippy Dippy Championship, it seems that every single time the fallout of the championship makes the championship bigger and makes more people want it than the actual competition itself, which I think is good PR. I mean, if anything, I'm happy that the fallout has been more hilarious than the debate itself. It gives people more of a reason to want to know who's champion, you know?
Well, it's the largest Twitch like debate competition, right? I mean, you have panels, but this is the most structured sort of ongoing production we have.
Let me show you something. I was in DC recently for a conversation about like politics and stuff like that, right? And
is that the one that you did in the studio?
Yeah, in studio. It was an algae.
The Gothics one?
Yeah. It was well, Gothics is associated with the group, but it's called Rightly. It's basically like an affiliate of Al Jazeera, which is the Qatari news outlet. And the first question they asked me was about the Hippy Dippy Championship.
No way.
They asked, let me show you guys this quick. 1 second.
Forget about
Here it is right here. Okay, you can see it?
Yes.
Okay.
Gaming anymore. There is a rough and tumble political scene, and we've got Twitch streamer Dylan Burns here from the Hippy Dippy Roundtable. We'll get into politics on Twitch, getting the left focused on local government over culture wars, CRT, race in America, and of course, the metaverse. I'm Stephen Kent. This is Right Now. So tell us a little bit about the Hippy Dippy Roundtable Championship, which finally just concluded. We've got a repeat winner.
By the way, bro, you're looking fucking like a king on this appearance. Whatever you did with your hair was on point.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy though. Getting asked about the infrared destiny, like that's the first question they throw in my face. I was like, oh, is it that important?
Go back. Did I just step on it? I'm sorry if I did. Go back.
That's okay.
Championship, which finally just concluded. We've got a repeat winner. Destiny took on Infrared on your show. Recap the debate for us.
So Destiny has defended the Hippy Dippy Championship after winning it, and which was a very controversial decision when he did win the championship, which where there was a judge's mix-up, and many people call it the Hippy Dippy screw job in reference to, of course, the Montreal screw job, where there was a mix-up before. But he eventually was decided that he was the champion. And he defended against Infrared, which is an online communist figure. And it was very interesting because for somebody who's like, you know, like of the people, for the people, he obviously hasn't hired union workers to work on his audio because they couldn't understand half the things he was saying. So that was a problem.
I thought these people were professionals, right?
You would think,
streamers.
You would think he was a professional streamer. But just much like Alec Baldwin, he hired non-union labor. And that resulted in a very bad product with when it comes to his mic quality. And you know, they had a debate on whether you should vote for Democrats, and Infrared thought you should vote for third parties, but he never really showed how it would work or how it would be effective in the modern two-party system or how you could do it. And so ultimately the judges decided that he was not the winner, and he said he didn't care before creating his own belt the next day and being a little salty man on the internet.
I like.
Oh, amazing!
It's so
you
weird.
made it, bro.
It's
you made it.
Weird to have my show talked about in studio, and it was so. I mean,
surreal. Yeah,
it was very surreal. It was very surreal. That guy actually just made a book about Star Wars and politics, and he invited me to its like launch or something. So I'm gonna go to that. I think it was like The Force Gets Political or something. I forget what it's called. I've never watched Star Wars, so I don't know.
The surreality of this job is never going to like stop amazing me. I recently had a journalist or like a documentarian travel all the way from Europe because they're doing a project on like political figures online and stuff like that. And like I went to a hotel room to work with her, like set up like proper, you know, like with the lights and the camera and get everything recorded for the work. And like not 20 minutes in, she's like, "So I've heard about you and coconuts." And I'm thinking like, do I really want this immortalized?
Dude, it's so funny. It's so funny that like I feel like when you do certain memes, you don't expect that like those are the ones that are going to become associated with you, you know? Like now everyone calls me a white leftist because of the Professor Flowers drama.
God, that shit is funny though. Holy fuck. I still can't believe she did that.
It's literally become like my first like official meme. It's like, how the fuck did this of all things become the thing, you know? It's so funny. And that with you, it's the coconut
The biggest meme that I've gotten, and it's still long running, I love it, is there was this person, I think you guys are familiar with, Tree of Logic, who was in the Twitch space and YouTube space for a while.
Wait, what happened to her, by the way?
She just fell the fuck off. She just disappeared. She just fell off the internet. I think she was banned off of Twitch, and now then she just stopped putting stuff on YouTube. And now
what'd she do? What?
I don't know. I think it may have had to do something. I forget exactly. I remember it having something to do with racial slurs and something to do with the police shooting. I don't know. I don't remember exactly the specifics.
Wait, black people never get banned for saying the N-word, was it?
Well, apparently Twitch made an exception.
She didn't do it with the hard R, okay? She did it with the hard R, okay? She hit it with the fucking back of the throat. Not even Twitch could overlook that one.
I'm trying to remember, but anyway, after that, she called me Lego head once before, like, and that just stuck. And it's a good meme, and it's the meme that stuck the longest, and it's the one vestige she still has on this platform is the Lego head meme, and I love it. It's a good meme.
It is a good meme.
I'm trying to get a custom Lego head emote made, but we're trying to like get my
you are big enough, Dylan, that some motherfucker should make a Lego version of you and send it to you in the mail. Like I'm putting out the official fucking request from VGG or Dylan's channel or HGG. Recently new website that you guys should somebody make a Lego of Dylan's head top and send it to him, please. That can be the next Hippy Dippy championship trophy.
Guess what? And I actually haven't announced this. Tomorrow we do have actually the Hippy Dippy Rumble is going to be happening tomorrow. So that is going to heavily affect the official rankings, which we're going to be releasing soon, which is going to show the top 10 people to challenge for the belt. We're also going to be releasing tag team championship belts soon. We're going to be getting official sponsors that we've been talked with for a while, and going to actually get a band to start making official music. We already have licensed music, but the production quality of the show is only going to increase, and I'm trying to, by some point next year, have an in-person Hippy Dippy Championship debate inside of a ring.
Inside of Iran?
A ring, not Iran.
A ring in Iran.
Oh, let's go, Baba Juna! I'm coming. I'm gonna win this one. Home court advantage.
Going full in. This is my big project. We're going full in.
Now, is fighting to death legal in Iran?
I don't know. There a lot of things aren't legal, so who knows? Maybe this one you can't drink alcohol, so fucking who knows with.
But can you duel to the death? I feel like that.
I don't know. I'd have let me call up my mom real quick.
I do need to ask you something, Vaush, because ever since this last debate, people have been bombarding me, and I told them it's not going to happen. It's never going to happen, right? But people have been bombarding me forever for the dream match that everybody always wants, but I told them they're never going to get. And they keep, and please take the heat off of me, so people will stop blaming me for not being able to make it happen. You versus Destiny. People have constantly been bombarding me and making me set up an official You versus Destiny.
You mean the 17th Vaush Destiny debate? I don't think we're lacking for content along those lines. All I have to do is go on a panel that doesn't have a closed invite system, and he'll find his way on it. There's like a million debates between him and I, but like I think the last conversation that he and I had made it pretty obvious that I don't think he believes in any of the shit that he's saying. I think he's just like super triggered by me. I think he like goes over like almost all the streams and videos I do at this point, or not, probably not almost all, but like a ton of it. So like he's doing this really weird like one-way stalky shit. I don't know. I don't like feeding into it.
Let me ask you a question. Is there any way that you guys could ever be friends again, or you know, not friends, sorry, like whatever, cordial, let's say? Do you think you could ever envision that?
Well,
dating, yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it's like really weird. He's done a lot of like really shitty things, right? There's a person I'm in decent terms with, a trans person on Twitter, who he mocked the attempted suicide of. He encouraged like fans from his site to hack my site to like destroy it. He's perpetuated this conspiracy theory that people close to me and in my community facilitate his departnering from Twitch. And like pretty much every time he like brings up points of mine, it like attacks me in really weird, like vindictive personal ways. I don't know if there's like much salvaging that. Like he's always going to be like super upsetty spaghetti about me. So I don't know if there's any way around that. Even if he got past all that, I guess I just don't like him that much at this point. So yeah,
fair enough. Whatever. I like both of you. I like both of you for what it's worth. I think I don't know why. I feel like I'm one of the minority people that manages to, you know, like both of you. I don't know.
Again, that's totally fine. The thing is, like, when it comes to who's trying to bait whose attention or who instigates to who, like, he's usually the one to try to bait something out of me. I'm totally fine with live and let live, but he's, you know, he's very eager for my attention.
Yeah,
so that's the reason why, in short.
I think I have a similar relationship with Dylan. It's he's very eager this one.
Dylan, cut it out.
Stop it, you know, maybe if he stops stealing my candy.
It's mine, bro. Fuck you. I got there first. All right.
Oh wait. Oh yeah. Hold on. My chat just went. Did you see? There was a clip that went around from Destiny talking to David Pacman.
Oh yeah, I saw the clip, but someone said that I need to watch the whole thing to get an idea. I'm so black pilled on clips, bro, that like I always need to just watch the full fucking things.
You can watch the whole thing if you want, but I think the clip pretty well encapsulated the basic like mannerisms that we're talking about here. It was like he was like talking about how much he hated lefties or whatever. Somebody in my chat said I watched the whole thing and it was much worse than the original.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Destiny. Like, we know he's super vindictive about lefties. But Pacman being like, that was a pretty deranged answer. I don't know. That would be a pretty good dono noise for me. Because Destiny has me saying that I've outpaced him intellectually as a dono noise.
I think you guys should...
I'm glad he keeps reminding himself. And I should have that was a completely unhinged answer as my dono noise. And then that can be like the little like passive-aggressive shit the parasocial types
That is so sus, bro. You guys should both take each other off. I know you don't have him, but he should take you off of his as well. And you guys should just be nice to each other. Fucking hell. My mom would not be happy with the way that you two treat each other, bro.
I'm doing politics.
This Vaush guy, why he's not being nice to that Destiny? Destiny not being nice to Vaush. What's going on, Bawajun? Come on.
The mom coming in with the belt with the flip flop.
Yeah.
To write it out.
Oh, I do want to say, Infrared's asking me about, like, he said he created the belt. No, I created it. I created the copium belt and I sent it to him for his Halloween party. So I don't know what he's talking about here. In fact, look right here. I got the official first time he's ever worn the belt. Right here, see? So I got evidence. There it is. That was him shortly after losing. But good for him that he's like honoring the officials losers belt with such honor.
It's like the Washington Nationals or whatever. No, not Nationals. What is the one? The Globetrotters always play against the... What's the one? Come on, somebody in chat, tell me.
I'm not a...
The Harlem Globetrotters. It's the team that travels around... The Generals, Washington Generals, and the Harlem Globetrotters always win, and the Generals always lose every single time. Like they travel across the United States. Can you tell me
why that is?
Because they want to have like it's like for kids and shit. They'll do like juggling and shit. They'll shoot from half court, and it's like for kids.
What the fuck are we talking about right now?
The Harlem Globetrotters. They're like a traveling.
Were they real or were they just like a
TV
show?
No, they're real. Thing. They're still around now. They travel around the United States and Canada and stuff, and they put on shows, and like young families love it, and it's very entertaining.
Because I heard that they were like, oh, the Harlem Globetrotters, they never lose. They like, they can be 70 points behind, and they can, but that's not real, right?
No, it's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed, and then like the Generals always lose. Like there's the losing team and the winning team.
Okay, so they're a real team, but they have this WWE like kayfabe shit.
Yeah, and they only play against the one other team.
Don't call it kayfabe for the fucking Jesus Christ.
Kayfabe? What do you want from me? Kayfabe.
Bro, this is a word I don't know what it means, and I don't even want to know what it means. I've heard it way too much on this platform.
That's disgusting.
It means like a kind of performative simulated drama, right? Where no, it refers to the dissonance between the real athleticism and also the performative like showiness that goes on top, right? What does it mean?
What is it, Dylan? You fucker! Now you've dragged this.
Okay, kayfabe has to deal with the fact that when you watch wrestling, right, you are not watching necessarily a program that's 100% a official normal sports program, and that there's certain things happening within that realm that are performative in some nature. For example, let's say that there's a wrestler angry at another wrestler in the wrestling ring and they're going back and forth. That's kayfabe. This person is kayfabe angry at them, which is different than actually in the locker room. Fuck you. You stole my moves. That's real anger. That's not kayfabe. That's real shit. So that's what kayfabe is.
Okay, I think that.
So if right now I was just like, Infrared, you're afraid to debate me. You'll never debate. That would be kayfabe, right? Because
I don't think I do that very well. Right? I don't think I'm very capable of doing that. That's the kind of drama that I like watching in other people, but I personally.
Me too.
Let me just say right now, Vaush, you're still better than Destiny because it's impossible for me to get him to shoot a promo of Hippy Dippy. I've tried so many times. He'll never do it.
Vaush, you shot one?
He wants to be yes, he did shoot one, which I greatly appreciate because he was very cooperative.
Bastia did a way better job than me, though. I gotta say, he put way more effort into it. I did see I don't know about any promos when Destiny.
LonerBox was the best ever.
I had a good one too. I had multiple camera angle shits. The first
Did you
one.
see LonerBoxes by
The
chance?
second one or the first one?
I've not seen.
The one where he does like a Skyrim like thing.
No, I don't know if I've seen that one.
Well, like he clubs you over the head and you wake up in a cart with your hands bound and he's like, hello?
Let me see if I can find it.
Howdy?
LonerBox. 1 second. Let's see if I can find it. Because it's super good. He like goes to like an ancient like Scottish like memorial site. It's so cool.
What?
Yeah. While he's looking for that,
LonerBox's videos lately have slapped, by the way.
True.
Huge shout out.
True.
If you guys want to like
his
look on
takedowns
YouTube,
of Lauren Southern.
Yeah. The 2 in a row. Another channel that I found recently that I've really enjoyed. This is an old channel, by the way. They do a show called Map Men. I forget the name of the channel. It's like Jay something or other, but he's this Brit, and he seems, I don't know if he's a lefty, but he's progressive at least. And his videos are really good. Jay Foreman. True. Those videos are very funny.
Okay, funny. I found it. 1 second.
All right.
Yeah, funny but informative, like educationally funny.
Well done.
Yeah. Okay. Here was his official. Now we added the music after the fact, after he sent us this because we loved it. Tonight is the Hippy Dippy Rumble, and LonerBox is ready to win for his family dynasty. Will he come out on top as he faces 15 other contestants? Will it be one of the other stars that take the belt and becomes the new Hippy Dippy champion? And here is the thing he sent.
Today, we stand behind the walls of Loch Doon Castle.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he did a whole thing. Look at this.
Today, we stand behind the walls of Loch Doon Castle. For it was here, on the year of our Lord 1312 AD, when the first ever Hippy Dippy Rumble was held. It was a vicious campaign, and after a full day of bloody testosterous conflict, the true champion, Sir Loner of Box, first of his name, was crowned victorious. Today, in the year of 2021, it will be coming home. With me. Who are my opponents? This critical twink veteran, Demon Moomin, Destiny. I shall tell you something about these people. They are shrub rocketeers. They are two-pin dins. They are cringe factories.
True.
They're not good. Which is why this Saturday they will lose and I will win. Honestly, I think this is going to be very good for my self-esteem.
Like, he's just good. He's just good at what he does.
We don't deserve him.
He's so good. I love LonerBox. It's great.
We don't deserve him.
He's probably out of everybody who does like video essays who have interacted with our space, I think he's probably been the most productive and the most well-liked.
Oh,
Yeah,
there goes Jangles, Vadim, fuck those people, I guess.
I mean, if you want me to be honest,
who else?
I mean,
who else? Shoe, what else?
I mean, go ahead,
Dylan. Tell us how you feel.
I will say, okay, 100%. I think more people are less divided on LonerBox than Shoe0nHead. Yes, I will commit myself to that position.
Shoe0nHead, by the way, says I had LonerBox blocked for the longest time because I confused him with some alt-right person I knew years ago. So there's that apparently.
Well, one more piece of evidence in LonerBox's favor.
I have to say, speaking of Shoe, it is so funny to me. When Shoe first associated with me, like way back in the day, you know, Shoe was always apologizing for like being on good terms with me because of my, you know, reputation. But lately it's been all the other direction, I think. Like so it's really fun. It's like paying it forward, you know. But no, LonerBox is rising. Okay, I've got high hopes for that channel.
I got high hopes too.